Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about an update on Lewis Hamilton following comments he made during the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend, as well as Charles Leclerc's response to the penalty he received during the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Hamilton, and as we know, the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend was not a good one for him. In qualifying he only went 12th fastest, while teammate Charles Leclerc managed to get pole position, and then during the Grand Prix Hamilton only finished 12th, a lap down on the leaders. Now following qualifying, Hamilton made some shock comments, with him referring to himself as useless and even suggested that Ferrari should consider replacing him, and he then later on went on to cast doubt over his participation in the next race, which is the Dutch Grand Prix later this month, with Hamilton adding, "I look forward to come back. Hopefully I will be back." Now in the past we have seen Hamilton look down in interviews only for him to bounce back stronger later on, but in Hungary those comments show how disappointed he is with the performances at the moment. But in a fresh update, Hamilton has appeared to ease fears that he could walk away from Ferrari, vowing that he'll come back stronger after the summer break, with Hamilton saying, "It's been a challenging weekend and one to move on from. We weren't able to make the progress we hoped for, but I'm grateful for the effort everyone in the team put in throughout the weekend. Now we head into the break. I'll be using the time to reset, recharge and come back stronger. I'm not where I want to be yet, but the fight's not over. Don't count me out." Now as we know, this season has not been great for Hamilton. There have been good points such as the sprint win in China, the sprint pole in China as well. But yeah, overall, I think Hamilton would have been hoping for more and to be closer to teammate Leclerc. Leclerc is 5th in the standings with 151 points and Hamilton is 6th with 109. But Hamilton is not giving up and he is pushing to bounce back, and his former boss at Mercedes, Toto Wolff, also believes that Hamilton is going to bounce back, with Wolff saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "He's emotionally transparent since he was a young boy and adult, so he's going to beat himself up. He is the GOAT, and he'll always be the GOAT, and nobody is going to take that away, and for sure not a single weekend or race season that has not gone to plan. It's something that he needs to remember, that he is the greatest of all time. Lewis has unfinished business in Formula 1, so in the same way that Mercedes underperformed over this latest set of regulations and never got happy with ground effect cars, maybe it's linked to the driving style. He shouldn't go anywhere next year with the brand new cars, which are completely different to drive, new power units which need an intelligent way of managing the energy, so it's absolutely on for Lewis. I hope he stays on for many more years." But let's move on to Charles Leclerc, who has responded to the penalty he received during the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now the Grand Prix was looking so good for Leclerc. He got pole position. It looked like in the opening phase of the race he had a response to the McLaren's pace, but from that 40 it just all went wrong and he lost pace in the car due to some unknown issue. And as Leclerc battled that car problem, he was caught by Mercedes driver George Russell for the final spot on the podium. And the two battled late on in the race, with Russell blaming Leclerc for moving under braking, arguing that the Ferrari driver should receive a penalty, and we heard Russell was not happy on the radio, and eventually he got past Leclerc in turn 1. Now following this, the stewards handed Leclerc a 5-second time penalty for the move, and on top of that, Leclerc was also handed 1 penalty point on his super license for driving erratically. Now I know Charles was fighting to keep a podium, but at the same time, I think his defending was just that little bit too aggressive. But reflecting on it himself, Leclerc said he didn't have much opinion on it, and also singled out Russell's vocal nature on the team radio, with Leclerc saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "I knew I was on the limit, but I don't have much opinion about it. I felt like I moved before braking, and then I braked, and obviously angled my car towards the apex, which is what I normally do. But I can imagine George being quite vocal on the radio, which is normally the case. I don't mind it happening in a race like this. If there was a safety car late in the race and I took a 5-second penalty, I would have probably been a lot more frustrated, but it wasn't the case." But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.